Let's make some delicious, lightly fermented Korean banchan. I love using this cubed winter radish kimchi in stir fries and in rice bowls with proteins. For this recipe, you're going to need about half a pound of winter radish, 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, 1 teaspoon of sugar, that's optional, 1/2 to 2 tablespoons of gochugaru. You could also use red pepper flakes depending on your desired heat, 2/3 a green onion stalk chopped into small pieces, a teaspoon of minced garlic, 1/8 a teaspoon of minced ginger, and 1 teaspoon of fish sauce or soy sauce for vegan or vegetarian dishes. I'm using daikon. Peel your radish and remove the ends. Now go ahead and cube it into 1-inch cubes. Toss those radishes in a bowl with 1 teaspoon of kosher salt and an optional teaspoon of sugar. Let them sit in the strainer for about 30 minutes, but collect the water in a shallow bowl. Meanwhile, let's make our paste. Cut 2/3 to 1 whole scallion into small pieces. Then mince about 1 teaspoon of garlic. Place those in a small bowl and add your red pepper flakes. I did 1 whole tablespoon of Korean red pepper flakes, but maybe you start with a bit less. This dish is served as a little pickle or a condiment, so it can be hot. Now add about 1 teaspoon of fish sauce, or if you're vegetarian, you can use 1 teaspoon of soy sauce. Finally, mince 1/8 of a teaspoon of fresh ginger, just add a sprinkle of dried ginger. Measure about 1 tablespoon of the reserved radish juice and ditch the rest. Add this to your seasoning paste. Once your radish has drained for 30 minutes, you can add those to your kimchi paste, mix it all up. Next, we'll pack it into a sanitized glass jar. You can use a fermentation weight if you have one to remove air pockets or squish it down with a spoon. You likely won't have extra liquid to submerge the radish until a few hours have passed. This is okay. Place a lid on the jar, but don't screw it on tightly. The radish needs to breathe as it ferments. If the lids are too tight, the jars may explode. There's a special airlock lid meant for fermenting, but you can also use a dish towel or a paper towel with a rubber band. And alternatively, you can tightly seal the jar, but you have to burp it about 2 times daily. We're going to store our jar at room temperature in a dark spot for 1 to 2 days. Now, if your house is cold, you may need to ferment it for an additional day or 2. Make sure that all ingredients are submerged. Once you start seeing bubbling action, you can taste it. If it's pleasantly tangy, seal it and refrigerate it. This ferment keeps for 2 to 3 weeks in the fridge. If you have any questions, you can always reach out. Enjoy.